Hi, so I figured out how to make makeshift feed attachments for the Mickey button, the mini button, and the G-Jet mini button, but only the J port. I haven't figured out the G port because that one's weird. But I'm finding a lot of people are having trouble getting insurance to cover the feed sets, or doctors won't write prescriptions for the feed sets, which is the problem in my case. And I think everybody should have them for free instead of having to go buy them outright from other people. Because people are selling the AMT feed sets for $50 on eBay. Um, so this is what I found. If you've got the Joey feed bags, you are going to need the silicone part that goes inside the pump. I don't know about the other types of pumps and feed bags because I don't know what the tubing looks like, but this is silicone and it's stretchy. So cut it on the outside of the plastic pieces and then you pull it off. This one I cut off. If you cut it off, you're going to need to pull this off of the end because this little part here is the side that's going to be your slip tip. So you need to flip it over and then you take the silicone piece, and it takes a while to get on sometimes. It's kind of finicky, but you can stretch it over the lip of the edge on that inside ring. I got one done already. So make sure you slide it all the way up to the edge, and then this is your feed set. Find any clip. I've got these little white ones, or I've got these kind. I just save them from my feed sets or from my pick line and TPN bags. But you're gonna definitely want a clip on it. And this is your little makeshift feed set. It fits inside. This is the Mickey button, and it fits really snug. This is the AMT mini G button, and it fits. And I've got the G-Jet or whatever, but I have a J-tube, so it doesn't make sense. Anyway, if you want to make it longer, take the clip off. You're going to want to cut this end of your tubing off. You're going to need an extra feed set to cut apart, and you're going to cut the same pieces off. The long silicone, you're going to cut that in half so that you've got small pieces, and then cut another one of these pieces. Put a clip on the long end now because it's going to be easier than this little section. And then this just stretches right over the top, or if you're hooking up to your feeding, it's the same exact attachment. Hook it, just shove it over the connector as high as you can. It usually will go to the second notch up here. And then if you were making this a longer feed set, you're going to need a piece of the silicone tubing to slide over the plastic tube. And then take your connector from your feed bag, and that's where you would slide it back on top of this one and connect. And then you're hooked up to feed. Now if you want it over a syringe, I'm going to change this one out. You're going to need the silicone, and the syringes are bigger, so this is like a makeshift slip tip. Slide the silicone over the tubing. Slide it pretty far in case it falls off. And then these scissors don't shut all the way, so I'm going to have to go in a little bit far, but make the tiniest little cut, like really, really tiny, so that it'll stretch over the top of the syringe. Yeah. And it's all kind of finicky, but if you're in a bind and don't have a feed set, then this works. It's kind of wet now, so that's annoying, but Um, it does work. I just did it. Takes a minute to do. Cut. Oops, a little bit more. And then slide it up as high as you can so it doesn't slip off. This is slippery because I had water in here already. But it should slide up pretty high past the part. It'll stretch out the part that you cut. So if you need it for a slip tip, you're going to save that piece of silicone every time. I wouldn't use that side for a feed set once you have cut it, but unless you want to stretch it up higher over the connector. But once it's on, and this is going to be my makeshift feed set slash slip tip. So I've got water, and then I wouldn't go running around or anything. I would tape it because the attachments usually lock, and this clearly does not lock, but this is definitely good for an emergency. It fits right into the J port. I would hold it or tape it down somehow, and then it just goes right in. Nothing leaks unless it falls off, which can happen. I can't guarantee that it's never gonna slip off of anything, but it definitely works. I'm just sliding this over the top. I'll show you, because this is connected to my feed. Since I cut this here, I'm just gonna hold it there also to show you, because I don't want that to slip off, but normally you would use a not cut piece for that. So I'm just gonna prime the feed. And it's green, so it's going in right now. So that is your makeshift feed attachment and slip tip. Flush this line once you've got the feed in or whatever, clamp it off, and then pull it out. And then make sure you can pull all the pieces off. Make sure you wash out your tubing. This one is my long one, so it goes all the way up. And you can take every piece off, even the clip, wash it out, and then you can reuse it. I hope this helps everybody who is having trouble with feed sets with your Mickey button or the AMT button, because I think it's stupid to have to try to buy them outright or figure out a way to live when they only pay for part of your problem. So good luck, everybody.